Wurundjeri land. We recognise their continued connection to the land and waters of this beautiful place and acknowledge that they never ceded sovereignty. We respect all Turrbal and Woiwurrung elders and ancestors and any First Nations people here today.
Good evening. You are with the Kegsta on the new Blurt. Fantastic to have you live with us this evening. We have a fantastic guest tonight. The name is Good Edi. They have a fantastic product. It's an edible coffee cup. And if you listen live, you may have a chance to win some. So I highly advise that you do. The question will come up at the end of the interview. So stay tuned and you might be able to win some. And I can tell you now, they are extremely yummy. What did I want to say? I wanted to say that I'm coming to you from Wurundjeri country, from Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. And I respect their elders past and present. And this evening, as I said, we've got on Green There Done That, Good Edi, and they have graced us with their time. But also we have great people that did stuff where we talk about neighbours. I know, neighbours. Who would have thought? But they started in the 1980s, so they must have done something right because they're still going. Well, they were until just very, very recently. And then we will wind up the rest of the show with Econobabble, which is all about its economics segment. And there's lots going on there. As you know, the Labor majorities only just got in and they've already destroyed the country. It's only been, 2 weeks or so, and we have an energy crisis that we can only blame on the Labor Party. There's absolutely no other blame to be given there. But what I will say is that we've got a bit of a synopsis for tonight's show. And so that is, it's crunch time. And at least once you've finished your coffee from your favourite cafe, tonight we've got Catherine and Aniyo, the co-founders of Good Edi, on the show to talk about their edible coffee cups. What inspired them to start their own business, and what are their plans to make these coffee cups more affordable so they can replace the humble yet dirty single-use coffee cups we have now? Also, what flavours are they going to make? I think that's a very important question to ask. And also on the show, we'll talk about, as I said, great people that did stuff, a look at people past and present who are making great contributions. Well, some could say that Neighbours isn't a great contribution, but a lot of people would say that it is. I mean, Jason Donovan was just singing at the Queen's Jubilee, so he must have done something right. And obviously we know about our Kylie, as they say. Lastly on the show, it's all about economy and what's going on at the moment. As I said, our energy crisis, Labor Party's let us down 2 weeks in and we're already in a crisis. But seriously, what can I say? Apart from, and I do this every week and I will keep doing it because my co-host absolutely deserves it. It's Wencee! Is there any reason that you're dressed like a gnome tonight? I just thought I'd ask.
Oh my God, it is so cold up here and we have an energy crisis. There's threats of blackouts. I just had to rug up because it's that bloody cold. No, well, seriously, it's not that cold, but it feels...
You did have 13 degrees, didn't you?
Yeah, I know. I had to put socks on. So, yes.
And you had to wear trousers for the first time in 2022. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. No, it actually has been quite cold. And although I think we turned on the heater once or twice in the past week. And then with the threat of, cutting back on the electricity use and blackouts in the last few days, we thought, right, better rug up. So, yes, rugging up.
Well, you don't have to rub it in about only putting the heater on once in the last couple of days. Seriously, that's red rag to a bull stuff. I mean, I'm sitting here. I've got 3 layers on. I've got like a ski layer under this shirt. No, it's all good. It's all good. I'll tell you one thing though. My daughter had a little bit of a baptism of fire, a bit of a fall from grace today. She decided she was going to get her haircut, and she already told us what she was going to do and how much it was going to cost and all the rest of it. And we went, oh, okay, $150 for that. That's pretty good for what you want done. That's pretty good. She looked at it all online, and for women that's cheap.
150. Okay.
That's really cheap. Believe me.
40 bucks is my limit.
That's expensive for men. But no, I know they just rip women off blind when it comes to hairdressing. It's terrible. It's not on at all. But anyway, so 150, and she's looked at it and she's gone, oh, okay, for everything that you want done, this looks pretty good. Well, she did a little bit more investigation, and it was 500.
Oh, what? How'd it go from 150 to 500?
I don't know, but this is her finding out.
And you doing the same, having the same reaction too, I bet.
Well, I don't care. It's her money. That's fine.
Oh, true. That is so true. If she wants
to spend it, it's totally up to her. But so that was a real baptism of fire for her. So needless to say, she's not going there anymore.
Okay, good. So she actually, is that what she had to pay because she went there?
No, she did the consultation thing.
Right.
Look, I don't know these things. Yeah. Look at my hair. Seriously, I need to get a haircut. I don't know, but it was apparently a consultation, and I don't know. They discuss with you what you can have done. Can you imagine if you went into a hairdresser's consultation and said, "Look, just before I get my haircut on Wednesday, I just want to have a chat, and I need you to just do like 2 here, and just here maybe 3."
Oh, that's just gone from 40 bucks to 50 now, just by talking to me. So
I know it's phenomenal. Yeah, well, that's exactly right. That's 100% correct. So
it's a bit like Jetstar. Yeah, the flights are cheap, but once you want all the stuff that you really need, it triples the price. Oh, you want your hair washed? Yep, that's another $20. Oh, you want short back and sides? Yep, there's another $10.
That's amazing, though, isn't it? How they do that with the flights, etc. So, I mean, what happened to the old days where you just jumped on a plane and you got your movie and your food and you just crack on, sort of thing?
Yeah, exactly. Bring back those old days.
Yes, I agree. And talking about the old days is when you used to go and get a coffee, and you would maybe get a takeaway coffee, and then you would throw your coffee cup away.
Yes, you would.
And or you would try to recycle it if it maybe was industrially compostable. Which
is that the old way? What's the new way?
Well, the new way is that you eat your coffee cup.
What?
Yes, I know. It's you eat your coffee cup. It's I think it's brilliant. I think it's a fantastic product. I think it's a great idea, and we are very, very lucky to have representatives of Good Edi on the show tonight. So, without any further ado, I will get into our Green There, Done That.
But these fires are certainly not a function of climate change. They're just a function of life in Australia.
Why would a scientist want to change people's vote? I mean, this is you saw the spin over the past week as they drip fed.
A poll that came out last month, which found 1 in 4 Americans is skeptical about the effects of climate change and thinks this issue's been exaggerated.
It's cold.
You're listening to Green There, Done That on the new Blurt with Wencee and Kegsta.
And good evening, Aniyo.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Very good. Now we've got you both there. Very good.
Hello. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Aniyo. Welcome to the new Blurt.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I thought I might just start to say that I reached out to you a few weeks ago, and I had a little bit of an inside conversation with a friend of mine because I think you did a corporate representation to Bupa.
Oh, wow. That's the connection.
She's sort of quite high up in the Bupa world, and she told me about it, and I just thought, what a fantastic product. What a brilliant idea. I thought, we've got to get them on the show if we can. And so we're very, very pleased that you were able to take up our invitation.
Thank you so much for having us. And it's so great to hear that you have a great friend in Bupa, and we have had a fantastic partnership with them, and we are very grateful for what we have built together, and they have been very, very supportive.
That is brilliant.
Is that something that you guys are finding, that to get your product out there, you've got to have these partnerships to get the product out?
Not necessarily. Like, we're having really good success getting reach across Australia. So we're in all 5 states now, and sometimes we have these really great partnerships. Other times, cafes are ordering from us, or consumers are checking out our product by buying them online. So it's really just a mix. But we love all the people and the customers that we've met along the way so far.
Excellent.
What I wanted to ask was, did you two sort of meet at university and then sort of come up with this sort of idea after sort of, working for quite a few years, and when I've just had enough of corporate life, I've got to do something that's going to make a difference? I know that was why we sort of started the Blurt, the new Blurt. We sort of felt the same way, that we just wanted somehow to give back and contribute in some sort of way. Yours is a much better way to contribute, by the way, but we thought we'd try anyway.
No, we were not at university together. We used to be colleagues. We used to have lunch breaks, and we loved talking about new business ideas, and sustainability was top of our agenda. We were really curious about all the new startups that were coming in, and they're doing really great job. And we really wanted to do something that has a huge impact. And both of us, of course, we are in Melbourne and we love coffee. And one of the days that we were grabbing a cup of coffee, we said, why not we do something about the coffee cup problem? And then we started researching and understanding how big the problem is. I'm not going to reveal the numbers, but the numbers were overwhelming, and we were quite shocked with what we found. And also we found the solutions are in the market. They are not truly sustainable, or they are not convenient to use. So we thought, we should do something about it. And after all this research, the only thing that we could find that is waste-free was something that you can eat. And that's how the idea of edible coffee cup was born. And since then we have been working on it, and we created Good Edi.
Where did it actually start? Was it in one of your kitchens, or did you go commercial straight away to a commercial kitchen?
I think it's we're on a budget. We did a lot of trials in my apartment kitchen. We had many leaking cups.
I was going to say, did you put a lot of newspaper down?
We needed more than newspaper, but we we finally got to a recipe, and we found that the cup that we wanted to make would actually work. And then that's when we started to work on where should we get a piece of equipment that can make this at more of a commercial scale.
And how did you start off with the ingredients? Like, did you know that it was going to be oats or flour or whatever other ingredients that you chose to go into it? How did that come about?
Well, we wanted to work on something that goes really well with the coffee. So that was the starting point. And usually biscuit is something that, people like to dip in the coffee and have it. So we just bought some of those ingredients, tried a few different things. And till now, if we want to tell you, we have tried 250 different recipes till we got to the final one. So it was a journey to get there. It's a very, very technical, different variation of different quantity and what we should add. And we really wanted everything to be natural, everything to be locally sourced. So that was another challenge that we had to overcome. Finally we got it.
Excellent. I understand that the pronunciation is Good Edi and not Good Edi, and I'm just wondering what the Edi is it an abbreviation, or is it a standing for something, or?
Yeah, it's short for edible.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's way more simple than you think.
Shoot me now. Sorry. I'm not asking another question while I'm here.
A difficult one.
For the health conscious, how many calories in each cup?
Oh, come on, Wencee.
I'm asking for a friend, okay?
We got the answer. So as you know, we have 2 sizes, one 6 ounce and the other one is 8 ounce. And the large cup is 130 calories, and the short one is around 100. And adding to that, like, it's not only about the calories, it's about like what it's in the cup. Like, it's full of fiber, vitamin B, so it's really nutritious, and it can be a really good replacement sometimes for your breakfast.
Oh, I would feel that having a coffee in one of your cups would be far better than having a coffee in a croissant. Like, you know, I mean,
for multiple reasons. One, for not having the coffee go all over you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. One thing I do want to ask, I know that you've just recently started doing chocolate flavored coffee cups, which is just decadent. I mean, seriously, that's just not on. And I just wondered, are you going to do any other flavors as well?
We definitely plan to. The chocolate one is so good. We have to really, when we turn on the chocolate machine, it's like a continuous fountain of chocolate. So it's quite tempting.
I'm happy to be a taste tester. I'll come down.
We've had lots of offers. Actually, we're inundated with offers for being a taste tester. But we have plans to do some other flavors as well, like maybe a cinnamon one or caramel or something along those lines. So yeah.
I like both of those options.
How about almond? Like, what is it? Amaretto? Is it amaretto?
Oh, yeah, that could be a nice one too.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Okay, we move you to the top of the list of the.
With your coffee cups, are the gluten-free people in this world able to have them as well?
Unfortunately not. So we use wheat bran and wheat flour in our cups, but we have developed gluten-free recipe as well. And at the moment, we cannot launch this product. And the reason for that is because we have a very small facility. It's quite difficult to separate gluten ingredients, the ingredients that have gluten from the other ones. So as soon as hopefully we have a larger production, then we can definitely do that.
Oh, that's great. That's brilliant. That I know they miss out on so many things, you know, when there's new products, etc. It's fantastic that you've already thought about it, which is excellent. So, Wencee,
and how far off are you from having those larger facilities? Are there any roadblocks at the moment, or is it more about getting the product out there more, get more sales?
Well, we're sort of maxed out in our current facility at the moment. So we have quite a small production. It's quite manual. It's like a small bakery. And our plan is to scale up our production. So we're going to have a much larger production line, and that's we're working on that at the moment. So we're raising some funds, and that will be in about 12 months' time. We'll be starting up our larger facility.
Awesome.
And so I'm making the assumption that probably won't be an ultimate goal, because you'll probably just keep progressing and improving, but you want to be international, I imagine.
Absolutely, that's part of the plan. So we have started from Australia. Of course, we are here. We love the country, and the awareness about sustainability is quite high here. But definitely we have plans to expand to the other markets. And we have received so many inquiries from around the world, but unfortunately we should say no at the moment, because we don't have the capacity. And also we don't like to ship to other countries, because that's not sustainable either.
Yes.
So really sticking with our values, and for international plan, we are really looking at franchising.
Yes, because that would mean for you to continue the sustainability sort of process, and the locality and the local ingredients and the footprint reduction, all the rest of it, that you'd have to set up in other countries as well. Because as you say, you don't want to be using greenhouse gases in planes, etc. to ship stuff. I'm making the assumption.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we don't want to be shipping a lot to around the world. So we want to select some markets where we really want to grow there, and then we can either set up a facility ourselves, or do a franchising or licensing with some local production over in those markets. And obviously we try and keep all of those same values, so sourcing local ingredients in the location that it is, and really trying to be as sustainable as we can be.
And how many a
Right.
day would you eat, Catherine?
I ate quite a few today, but we were making the chocolate cups today, so it's a little bit of an exception.
Any excuse.
Well, it's excellent, isn't it? I mean, they're good for you, and they obviously taste great too. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to trying my next one, because I believe that you've got them in. I think it's Puzzle Coffee in Melbourne. Have you got a few more in Melbourne too, I imagine?
Yeah, there are a few places. Puzzle Coffee, of course. Since they started, they have our cups, and they really have good traction with their customers, and they really their customers, they really love it. There are a few other places like Veneziano in Richmond, Hello Sailor, Soul and Soul, and a few others. Like, they are growing every day, so we're really happy about it.
Oh, did you say Soul to Soul?
Soul and Soul.
Is that in Kensington?
No, they are quite close to the city as well. Like, where Vic Market is, just across the road.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Okay, cool. All right.
And I think we asked you before the show, but do you know any suppliers up here in Brisbane that I can go to, or do you have it on your website?
Oh, yes.
That I can just,
good question.
That I can just start visiting and try these cups.
And promoting
Yes,
at the same time.
And promote it,
Eating and
yes.
promoting.
Yeah, we would love that. You can get them at Care Organic. They are in Brisbane. That's one of the main ones. And where else, Aniyo?
There are a few others. Like, we have to add them to our website, but at the moment, like, our website doesn't have that page. But you can follow a lot of new locations on our Instagram. So
Okay, all right, we'll put that in our show notes so people can follow it.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, we'll definitely put the sites in the show notes for sure. And the link of the brilliant website that is quite sexy. It's very slick. You've done really well there.
Oh, that's the first time we've had that comment.
Well, we're sort of both IT nerds, as it were, unfortunately. Well, I'm not that nerdy, but I'm in IT. Yeah, so that sort of stuff does sort of work on us when we see a good website.
Nice. Yeah, well, we love to hear it, because we just revamped our website about a month ago. So, yeah, we've been working on it.
Excellent.
No, it's simple, but it just looks clean. It's just really nice to use, especially from a mobile perspective, because, as you know, most things, so many
that is so
interactions
true.
are on mobile now.
Yeah, exactly. Do you guys have any other other products that you're looking at doing? Maybe lids to go on the cups or anything like that?
Good question.
really good question. So at the moment, we are not developing anything, but definitely is part of our plan. So we have been asked about the lid. Our answer usually is, you actually don't really need the lid if you think about it. It's like a habit, but we understand some people want to grab the coffee and drive somewhere. So we are thinking some home compostable options for that, maybe even edible. But after having our high capacity line, definitely we are going to look into other like takeaway containers, etc., or plates. So yeah, that's at the moment is at ideation stage.
And how about keeping it hygienic? So when you're at a cafe, how do people not touch it until you touch it yourself, who's going to have the coffee? So how do you keep that clean?
So all of the cups come with a fully recyclable cup sleeve. And so that covers the bottom half of the cup. And it also is designed so that the cup will sit a little bit above the surface. So that means that the bottom of the cup isn't getting dirty when you stick it on a surface or the coffee machine. Prevents it from getting wet on the coffee machine as well, because quite often there's water on there. So that's how we keep it nice and hygienic. So by the time the person who's drinking the coffee gets their cup, then no one else has touched it.
Awesome.
The question I did have was, and I imagine this has been asked many times, Your cups, I gather, obviously you can use them for other things other than just coffee. I would have imagined, since they're wafer-esque, ice cream in there would be pretty good, or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. You can have any drinks, any dessert, whatever you wish in the cups, and they taste really delicious. Like we started from, of course, our messaging was around coffee because that was the main problem, but we have tested with different things, and even cider, and this was really yum.
Oh, really? Cider?
Yeah.
Wow.
I would never have thought they'd go together.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. It has that sort of like fermented taste, so it seems to go really well with the cup. But it depends. If you're a cider connoisseur, you might think that it impacts the flavor of the cider, but it's mainly so the cup doesn't impact the flavor of the drink. However, you can smell it. And smell is such a big part of taste that people think that it's changing the flavor. So it's quite interesting.
That's very, very true. So did you come from like a food science background, or I mean, why was this the product? Why, out of all things that could be sustainable, why an edible coffee cup? What sort of drove you to that?
We have both got together combined 20 years experience in the food processing and packaging industry. So we're quite have the right background for it. I have particular experience in production management, food technology, and Aniyo's strategic planning and business management. So us combined, we're sort of a great team to attack this problem, and we have a shared love for coffee. And we really just wanted to do something that would make a big difference and have a positive impact on the environment. So that's where we came with the idea of doing something about disposable coffee cups.
That's just so awesome to do, and do it together with that passion is just really, really good to see and hear.
It's probably a little bit out of the box here, but have you thought about doing anything for sort of pets in the future for sort of edible? Maybe, I don't know, rather than sort of toys or something. I don't know. I'm just maybe an edible water bowl or something. I don't know.
I think it's a really cool idea. My parents had a similar idea because they have a dog and they go on lots of hikes, and so they said, well, why you could put a little snack, like a dog snack, into the cup and take that, and then you can give it give your dog the snack on the go, and then they can just eat the bowl.
Yeah.
That's sort of what I was thinking, yes.
Yeah.
And how actually are they on the digestion? I mean, are they, do they soothe the stomach, or do you sort of, are they sort of semi-good for you, or?
Absolutely, it's full of fiber, so it's really good for the gut. So, and when we were looking on preparing our nutritional panel, and the numbers, it's really, really high in fiber, and comparing to many products that they claim to be high in fiber, this one is really high.
Really
and
is, yeah.
So absolutely, it's really good for your health.
Excellent. Good. No, I was just trying to think any other questions. I think I've run out. I can't believe it.
Any other pet idea?
I can't believe it. I think I've got other ideas, but I think I'd rather be an employee and giving the ideas than because then I can taste it.
Yes, he'll be a free taster. There's no problems there. But I'm sure you've got people lining up outside the door wanting to be free tasters.
Not like that, but we have, of course, different neighbors close to our production site, and everybody, when they walk in front of our, production site, they say, "Oh, it smells amazing here." They really love it.
We always have when we have the posties come to pick up our deliveries or drop things off, then they always walk in and they're giving you the package and they go, "Oh, smells nice in here. What are you guys doing? And then all of a sudden, they're getting a free cup.
Oh,
So
wow.
And then
on
your
the
postage is on time nearly all the time
Yeah.
after that. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep.
They just start dropping by even when there's no packages to pick up.
Yeah, I bet they do.
Can I have some coffee in that cup next time, please?
Yes. Question I did have. Supermarkets. Are you trying to market in there, or is that sort of not in the sustainability side? Especially Coles. I know Woolworths is meant to be no plastic in 2023, so that's definitely going down the right right side of sustainability. But I just wondered if you're sort of trying to go in those markets as well.
Maybe in the future, but the way we see it at the moment, like we can have really good partnership with Coles and Woolies. They have some flagship like supermarkets around the country that they have a lot of takeaway options, and coffee is one part of it. And it would be a fantastic option for them to, show this is a great sustainable product that they can serve the coffee in. So yeah, that can be a starting point. But as a shelf, on the shelf product, we haven't mapped it like that, but it can be an option when we have the larger scale production site.
I think the coffee cups, they last for what, 8 hours if you haven't touched them? Do they just disintegrate by themselves then, or what sort of happens?
Yeah, so it's up to 8 hours. 8 hours would be a cold beverage. Sort of standard latte would be a couple of hours. And yeah, it starts to go soft as the liquid soaks in on the inside of the cup, then it just starts to go soft over a long period of time. But usually it's many minutes after you finish drinking your beverage already.
No, I understand. I suppose just for fun though, you would have seen how long it takes just to see just all disintegrate in front of your eyes. I'm assuming.
I don't know if I'd call that fun. Part of product development. We have many hours spent water testing, so we've seen many cups up to the failure point.
Some quick, some really long.
Yeah, that's right.
And what's the shelf life of the product if it's just sitting there in the cafe or at a partner's business?
So shelf life is 6 to 9 months, and and if you keep they should keep it in cool and dry space, anywhere that they keep the dry goods.
Yeah.
And as soon as they open the packs, it's like a pack of biscuits. So we really recommend they keep it in sealed container. So it's something that cafes are quite familiar with, how to store the product, and and the cups, they come in a stack of 10, so they don't have many cups basically in open packs, so that's quite easy to handle.
That brings me to the brilliant question of how do you package them? Because obviously we're talking sustainability, blah, blah, blah. So how do you package them?
Yeah, well, this was a big part of our research, trying to find a supplier that could give us a package that we can have an airtight seal on the cups, because we need to keep it airtight, otherwise they'll go stale. And we didn't want to have any plastic in our production at all. So we finally found this great material, which is paper. It has no plastic on it, and it creates that oxygen barrier, and we can heat seal it just with a normal heat sealer. So that's what we put around the cups, and then all the rest of our packaging. So for wholesale, it comes in a carton, so a cardboard box. So that's fully recyclable, and our consumer options that you can find on the website, they either come in a cardboard box or a cardboard tube.
Fantastic.
Similar to Who Gives a Crap, that Kegsta and I are both subscribers to. So yeah, just trying to minimize that plastic use that we so detest in this society.
True.
Yeah, exactly. We went through a lot of different materials. A lot of them are sort of greenwashing. So it's if it looks like plastic, it probably sort of is plastic.
Yeah, true.
But A lot of the some of the materials say that they're biodegradable, fully biodegradable, but what really happens is that they just break down into very, very small microplastics, and that can be even worse for the environment because that can get into the waterways, and into our food and everything. So that's why we had a big focus to keep up everything that we do plastic free.
That's the only thing I was going to say. A massive difference between yourselves and who gives the crap. Obviously the product, but although they do have
slightly different use.
They do have a connection. Ultimately,
not edible toilet paper. No.
Pass on that.
Sorry, are we on the right call?
The massive difference is that they're made in China, and that's a real So I mean, I do have a real problem with that. Because we're trying to do the right thing, sustainability, all the rest of it, but then it's coming all the way, from China. So
that's a good point.
So you a massive difference from that perspective, and which we really applaud you for as well. Just before, sorry, Catherine, Wencee.
I do have one question.
Yeah,
that's just come to mind. Is there a big difference in price when you go to the coffee shop just to get one of these cups? Like, does it add a lot to the price for the average consumer?
You go, Kat.
Oh. Well, I was like, it's my
I thought they both people answered it. I wasn't sure.
Okay, every cafe, it's sort of up to them how much of a surcharge they want to add on. Some cafes don't add any surcharge at all. These are typically the ones that are really sustainable and they're happy to absorb that additional cost themselves because they really want to eliminate disposable cups. And then depending on the location and the customer demographic, then the cafes decide how much they want to add on. Usually it's between 50 cents to $1, and people are usually pretty happy to pay that and pretty used to it as well. With it's similar to alternative milk. So if you're having oat milk or almond milk, you're happy to pay a bit extra, and then you can get an edible cup as well.
Exactly, you get your treat, your little treat with your coffee. So that's perfect.
So how do you compare price-wise with the disposable coffee cups? And just saying that, I think it's called industrial compostable. You'll know about that. What does that actually mean? Because I know most people, they see compostable, they think they're doing the right thing.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point. And that was like some of the things that we really wanted to, share that information with our audience and the customers. So when we were building up this basic solution, we looked into all these options. Like, as you said, there are compostable cups, there are biodegradable cups, and Catherine touched base on that, like what does actually biodegradable mean? But when it comes to industrial composting, it needs a very, very good infrastructure from how people are disposing it, which bin it goes to, and if it goes to the compost bin, then it needs a very sophisticated facility to compost it, and it needs certain condition in terms of heat and humidity. And this infrastructure doesn't exist that much. It's not that available. So what happens? People usually put the disposable cup that is called compostable into the recycling bin. It contaminates the recycling bin because you can't. It's not that easy to sort these different recyclable material from compostable. So the whole thing ends up in landfill. And that's the problem with the industrial composting: lack of infrastructure, lack of knowledge, and not only in the facility for composting, but also waste management system. And also, if you think about it, it's really high in emission when we are talking even about recycling and on composting, so industrial composting. So really a good solution when it comes to sustainability is something that is home compostable. And that was part of, our thought process, that when we were creating our solution, it should be something that people are already familiar with, and there is an infrastructure for that. So there is always an infrastructure for food. Like apple, banana, people like have their banana, put the peel into the bin. So it is exactly the similar process. And we wanted to make it really, really easy for people to understand it and also to use it and enjoy it as well.
Fantastic. I did have another question, but I cannot remember. But the one I do remember is, what can we do at the new Blurt? Obviously, having you on is going to help for sure. But what can we do to sort of promote the usage? Should we just go out and obviously go to the cafes and then sort of let other people know in different cafes and our listeners as well? What's the best way we can get the word out?
Yeah, that's both of those are really good ideas. So we just want everyone to sort of join the movement and help us to spread the word. So when you're at your local cafe, telling them about our product, a lot of cafes haven't heard about it yet, and when they do find out, they're really excited to order some cups and start stocking them. So yeah, anyone's help to just tell all of their local cafes about it, and you can also support us by buying some cups on our website and trying them out for yourself at home too, and you can take them down to your local cafe and try it out and have them see the product.
Great idea. Do you have any merch, like T-shirts that people can buy to promote it?
We have tote bags, and they've got a really cool designs on them. So they've been custom designed for us. It's our custom artwork. So you can check them out on our website, and they're actually really good tote bags as well. So I use mine all the time. Really nice size for taking around and doing your shopping. Yeah,
perfect. Yeah,
nicely.
We use a lot of those bags.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So we will have all those links on the show notes anyway. So, and obviously we'll have the website and all the rest of it. Now, we did say at the start of the show that we've got a question for anyone who's listening, and when the potty goes live next week, because the potty will be live next, I think next Monday onwards. So anyone that listens can email into us on blurtstar@gmail.com. And the question is, how many disposable coffee cups go to landfill daily? And if you can tell us that, you'll be very lucky to win some of these magnificent coffee cups. I am going to go out and order some immediately after this interview. And
after the show
as well.
Finish the show first, Kegsta.
I'm leaving now. I'm going through those doors. Did you have anything else to say, Wencee?
No, just like you said, just answer that question, send us the email, and first in, best dressed.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, really, really appreciate your time, Catherine and Aniyo. Thank you so much. We really, really wish you all the best with the endeavour, and we'd love to get you back when you're sort of up and running even further and see how it's all going.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Awesome. Thank you.
Right.
See you. Thank you.
See you. Bye.
Well, what an absolute pleasure that was.
Yeah, it was. Learned lots, as we always do when we have guests on.
Yeah, no, it is, and it adds to the show something chronic. So it's really, really good, and two extremely, extremely smart women there. So they've got a fantastic product, and I definitely am going to order some.
Excellent. After the show.
Mate, I've seen the chocolate flavored ones. They just look amazing.
I know.
It's got to be said. Geez, they look good. So. Actually, what I will do...
You can eat it without putting coffee in there, by the way. So.
Oh, yeah, of course you can. Of course you can. Of course you can.
Coffee's
and I love
optional.
the fact that they're looking at gluten-free for the future as well. That's really, really good.
Yeah.
They've really done a lot of R&D. You can tell their sustainability backgrounds and the whole sort of sort of process driven to ensure that sustainability is sort of number one in the whole sort of process, etc. So it's very good. And saying that, I have a little video that I'm going to play of Good Edi. So enjoy.
Hi, I'm Aniyo.
And I'm Catherine. We're the founders of Good Edi.
We are making it easy for everyone to fight against disposable cup pollution.
We worked together for 2 years before starting on this initiative. We really wanted to do something that would make a difference and have a huge positive impact on the environment. One day, when grabbing a coffee, we were chatting about how amazing it would be if we could minimize waste in the coffee industry.
We started researching and understanding the problem of disposable coffee cups. We found globally we use 500 billion cups every year and 1 billion in Australia. Sadly, 90% of these go to landfill. We also found that there isn't any solution out there that truly solves the problem. We asked ourselves what solution we can introduce that would avoid creating waste. We concluded it should be like food, like an apple or a banana that will break down naturally. That was it, a cup you can eat. And that was how the idea of Good Edi was born.
Good Edi is the only takeaway cup you can eat. It is convenient and waste-free. Our cups are made from oats and grains, and our ingredients are sourced locally. The good news is it won't change the flavour of your drink.
Oh, it's making me hungry.
40 minutes and won't last for several hours.
I'm getting a big one.
If you don't want to eat it, you can plant it in your garden, put it in your compost or general rubbish. It will break down naturally.
No chance it's going in compost.
Even quicker than a banana skin.
Our dream is that all takeaway cups are waste-free. We're inviting everyone to join us in the movement to reduce the harmful impact of landfill on our planet, one Good Edi cup at a time.
Now, you see, I realise why I thought it was Good Edi now. It's because of Catherine's New Zealand accent.
Yeah, is that why?
Yes, that's why.
I think that's rubbed off on me because I know it's Good Edi, but yeah, every now and then I do come out. It does come out as Good Edi, but yes, that is a good point.
yeah. I was just listening to it then, and I was just like, that's why I'm saying Good Edi, quite obviously. So, but anyway, again, we will say that question again. How disposable coffee cups go to landfill daily in this country? It is disgraceful. But if you know the answer, you will not be disgraced. You will be absolutely and suitably impressed with a 6-pack of magnificent Good Edi edible coffee cups. And I think there's some chocolate flavored ones in there. So if you know the answer, send it through. Go for it.
Can I enter the competition?
No, you can't.
Damn it. Damn it. One of those rules.
I knew you were going to ask that question. I could see that. It's like a petulant child. I could see it.
And if you are listening live, if you send us a comment, we will accept that as well.
Yes, absolutely. If you give us the answer right now and you're listening live, you have 6 fantastic edible coffee cups coming your way.
We are keeping an eye on our emails, but yes, a comment will come in just as quick.
Yes, that's true. Absolutely. But before we go any further.
Yes.
Hey, this is Hannah Melville Ray from the Australia Institute. I'm listening to the new Blurt with Wencee and the Kegsta, and you should be too. It's on Tuesday night, live from around 8 p.m.
Hi, and welcome to Great People That Did Stuff.
Yes, now Great People That Did Stuff is moderately name on the box sort of stuff. Tonight I will be talking about Neighbours. Now many people would argue, but they have been going.
Maybe
they have been going for a very long time. Jason Donovan did just play at the Queen's Jubilee, so he must have done something good. And,
I guess.
And our Kylie is still rocking it. So
yeah.
And Toadie's had a job for at least 20 years, and the guy can't act, so he's done well.
Poor
here we go.
What's his name?
Here we
Toadie
go.
or Toadie?
She's spot on.
Oh, who's this?
We have our answer. Vicky Boss.
Oh,
welcome
Wow.
to you, Vicky Boss, to the new Blurt. You are 100% correct. And it's disgraceful, isn't it? It's absolutely disgraceful.
That
Now-
amounts to about 1 billion coffee cups a year. Can you believe?
That's terrible. That's shocking.
So, yeah.
So just imagine if those 2.7 million are just getting eaten. I mean, that's like just one day. There's there's none in landfill.
Yeah, doesn't go in the waterways, landfill. Yeah, I think the more the better. Let's get on this bandwagon and
Absolutely. And I agree 100% with Vicky. It is extraordinary. She's 100% correct. And extraordinarily bad. That's what it is. But anyway, we will make sure that we get those coffee cups out to Vicky. If you want to just send to blurtstar@gmail.com, then we can sort it out for you, Vicky, if you're good with that. And thank you very much for listening. Yes, fantastic. Excellent. So great people that did stuff. As I said, neighbours.
Oh, yeah, I forgot what we're doing.
Neighbours. Okay. I'm okay with the argument here, and I get where you're going, but just bear with me. Just don't shoot me yet.
I would say in the early days, yes, I would have agreed, but maybe 37 years is a bit too long. But
I would agree with you. Maybe that is the case, but hence why we're doing great people that did do stuff.
Yes.
And now they're gone. But I mean, it's amazing, really, when you think about it, because 37 years is nuts. That means it's
not for any TV show.
Oh, absolutely. So we're talking 85. That's ridiculous. I was only 16 years old when it started, and I remember it too because I reckon they've been going longer than that, because I have a recollection of watching it when we were in a house in the country, and I left that house when I was 14 or 15. So, because I just remember watching it on the, you used to have the big telly, and you had to put the ears up, and someone had to move to the right and just to get the channel right.
Yeah. The
not
rabbit
because
ears,
you're doing any sort of weird, not because you're doing any sort of weird dance in the house. I'm talking about when you're trying to get a channel.
Yeah,
right.
With the clicker, so it was the round dial.
Yes. Nearly as bad as a phone. When you used to try to ring someone. Oh, okay. I'm not sure what's going on there, but poor old Wencee is stuck for words, so I'll have to crack on, which I shall do. And so I'd just like to say, if you are going to email blurtstar@gmail.com with the answer to how many coffee cups daily, disposable coffee cups, well, you're too late, because Vicky Box bet you to it. 2.7 million, she's 100% correct. As I said to Vicky, we'll make sure that we get those cups out to her. I'll make sure I start enjoying mine tomorrow immediately. I don't know if Wencee's having a blackout. I'm not exactly sure what's happening, but we do have some issues here. I'm getting a few things in. Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. So Wencee has let me know that his whole PC has shut down. I don't know why. I've got absolutely no idea. But what we were talking about, it's great people that did stuff. And as I say, it could be argued, but, anyway, we've got Australian soap. Neighbours has been wrapped after filming for 37 years. That means 37 of those years, while 20-odd, Toadie has had a job. And I say good on you, Toadie, because I think you're a terrible actor. And the part they made you play, it wasn't your fault. You did really well. I know you did well. There's no doubt in my mind that you've been able to buy a really good house out of your part, so good on you. But, the show's final day of filming in the fictional Ramsay Street was Friday, June 10. Well, look, it's really interesting, notice, because they have had a neighbour's van. When I was about 20-odd, they used to have the neighbour's van go out to, I think it was Vermont or out that way, Looks like Wencee's joining us. So happy you could join us, young fella.
PC just shut down suddenly.
That's all right. That was pretty quick.
Order.
Yes. I was just saying that there used to be the Neighbours van that went around Melbourne and then went out to. Is it Vermont or?
Yeah, I think it was Vermont.
Was it Wanturna?
I know it was Springvale Road.
Something like that.
Nunawading.
Oh, is it Nunawading? I know Channel 10's out that way, but I can't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But they used to have the Neighbours van, and people from England, especially, would come out and jump in that van and go and find out where Kylie and Jason used to live. Now, another little tidbit on Neighbours. I've been on Neighbours.
You've what?
Yes, I wondered if you'd wake up. Yes, I've been on Neighbours.
Just took a few seconds to register. What were you doing? How'd you get on?
I was drinking in the bar.
Right.
As an extra? As an extra.
Yeah.
Right at the back.
Oh, cool.
If you were lucky, you might have seen the back of my head.
Right, okay.
That's how extras work. So, but yeah, it was an interesting set. It is I was on the actual set of Neighbours. It's never changed. It's always been out at Nunawading, Channel 10.
Yeah. And which era was that? What? Who were the stars at the time?
Oh, I don't know any of them. Toadie wasn't there, I don't think.
Okay, was it Madge and Harold?
No, I can't remember. I really can't remember. I don't know.
Obviously, it's not very memorable.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't memorable at all. It really wasn't. The only thing that was memorable was the lunch. The food was really good.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But yeah, no. You always get, that's one thing also, when you're an extra, you get fed really well.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's good from that perspective. But Neighbours was cancelled this year after Britain's Channel 5 announced it will be dropping the Australian soap from its lineup. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Neighbours was cancelled because Britain stopped it.
Yeah.
That's great.
So they were obviously the main audience or the main
well,
customer?
you've seen, I mean, I'm a Brit, but you've seen what crap they watch. I mean, they watch Coronation Street and there used to be Holby City and EastEnders. No, you won't know any of these, but these...
I've heard of them, EastEnders and Coro Street.
Yeah, they've got like 755 different soapies. Seriously, it's just... Right. Oh, God.
I guess Australia appealed because of the
sunshine.
The different lifestyle. And
yeah. As you can imagine, Home and Away is huge over there too.
Yeah. Is that still on?
Yeah, Home and Away is definitely on.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, yeah. They just keep vamping up their hotness every year. There's always a hotter bloke and a hotter girl and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, I digress as usual. The show's producers, Fremantle Media, were unable to secure a replacement broadcaster. Despite airing on Network 10 in Australia, it's understood the British network contributed towards the majority of the show's production costs. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Right. And
not
the other
surprising
thing
they ended production.
It didn't start on Channel 10.
Was it Channel O?
Channel 7 it started.
Oh, Channel 7. I was going to say. I thought it was Channel O before it became Channel 10.
And Jason Donovan wasn't the first. Is it Kylie and Jason? What?
No, Charlene and Scott.
Yeah, Charlene.
Scott.
And Scott.
Scott and Charlene.
Yeah, Scott and Charlene. She's had such a... Just the way you say it just sounds so bogan wedding. But anyway,
it is.
It really does. But
Scott and Charlene.
Yeah, Scott and Charlene. So Scott, and then bloody what was it? Angry Anderson sung that song for their wedding. Do you remember that?
I don't remember. No, I don't remember that.
Suddenly, that's right.
Okay.
Do you remember that song?
No.
Suddenly.
Continue, please. Continue.
No, I won't. I definitely will not. I can't remember the words and I can't sing them, so I'm definitely not singing that. But anyway, it started Channel 7, and Jason Donovan was not the first Scott.
I had no idea.
No, he was not. And when it went to Channel 10, I was like, "Where's Scott?" Because I saw Scott, and then Scott wasn't there anymore. And I watched it. I did definitely watch it for a little bit. It wasn't bad for a while when Guy Pearce and Craig McLachlan and Sharon, I think Sharon Jones. I can't remember. I think she's a comedian.
Don't know who.
But anyway, I can't remember. Annie Jones or something. I think it was.
Annie Jones. Yep.
Yeah,
that sounds familiar.
She was my favourite at the time. I remember.
Yeah.
And and the twin. I think that there was twin girls in it as well, and
someone
and
who had the gift of the gab. I can't remember his character name. He was always the gift of the gab.
There was a comedian that was in it too. He went to England actually on the back of Neighbours to keep completing his comedy career. He was there when I was there.
Yeah,
I can't remember what his name is, but so many people have come out of this. So just to give you an example, Neighbours has helped launch the careers of generations of Australians entertained. Kylie Minogue, Guy Pearce, Margot Robbie. See, I didn't know Margot Robbie.
I knew Margot Robbie was in it.
No, I didn't know that. Definitely missed that one. And Liam Hemsworth. So
just Liam, not So not Chris, not Thor.
No, not the other five. No.
Okay.
Just Liam.
The lesser known.
I like Liam. He's good. But also Delta Goodrem, but they didn't have that in yet. So,
I knew she was on there.
Yeah, I suppose. But so Guy Pearce as Mike Young, that's the one I remember, 86 to 89.
Yeah.
And I've got the website here and the link. It'll be in the show notes if you want to have a look. It's quite cool, actually. It's got all the old ones, where they started, where they are now, etc. Oh, yes, the other one. I forgot about this one. Natalie Bassingthwaite.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And Natalie Imbruglia as well.
Oh, yes, of course. Natalie Imbruglia. Yes. She's still torn, I believe. But
of leaving the show and the show ending torn.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah. I believe it. Better late than never. But so Jason as Scott Robinson, Jason Donovan, Scott Robinson, 85 to 89.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
that would have been about the period that I saw it around that time.
Yeah, you and me both. There's a lovely picky here of actually I can show this, so I shall do so.
Look at that young couple.
Yeah, a hunky Mike Pearce.
So Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce. But Guy Pearce was a bodybuilder at that stage, believe it or not.
Oh, was he?
He was a natural bodybuilder, and he won some awards apparently.
All right.
Who else we got? Oh, yes, of course. Stephen Dennis as Paul Robertson.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's been there since day dot. I don't know if he had any gaps in between, but I know he was there from the beginning and there for the last.
I'm just wondering. I know where that Studio A is. I've walked straight past that door.
Have you?
Yeah, I have indeed. And I'm just wondering where he put his skis. That's what I was thinking. I'm like,
Melissa Bell. I forgot about her.
Melissa Bell. Why does that ring a bell?
Where's that boom boom tish?
No, that's pathetic. But Melissa Bell, why do we know that? Do we know that name for a reason, Melissa Bell?
I know she was on the show, but I'm sure she did other stuff.
Yeah, I don't know any of these people, so we'll keep going through. April Rose Pengilly. She must be Kurt Pengilly's daughter, surely.
Yeah.
No one's named.
You'd think so.
Pengilly. So, Ben Hall is Yes.
Don't know him.
That's
Is that
the
the comedian?
That's the dude that was there.
The comedian?
It was Ben Hall.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah,
I've never heard of him.
Yeah, I haven't either. But 2016, that's when I was doing some extras. Yes, it was definitely him.
Okay.
Definitely him. So Charlotte Chimes, no, haven't heard of that one either. But, so there you go. If you want to have a little bit of a squeeze, if you give a crap at all in any way, shape or form of Neighbours, you may want to just have a look at the show notes. But I don't want to take up any more time because Wencee has probably got some stuff and we need to wind the show up. So that's me done. And over to you, my friend.
All right. My two great people who've done stuff aren't anywhere near as famous as the producer of Neighbours and creators. The first one I'm going to talk about is Dina Petrakis. She founded the not-for-profit organisation called Settlement Services International in 2013. She's also a global manager of the Ignite Small Business Startups. So Settlement Services International provides services for refugees and new immigrants into Australia. So as they land in Australia, they provide services such as how to get your way around daily life, where to learn English, how to navigate banking system, things like that. So they provide services like that. Then the other business that she's the manager of, the Ignite Small Business Startups, helps said refugees and new immigrants setting up their own enterprises. So yeah, great cause. She's been doing it for 10 years almost. Yeah, so they've got a team of volunteers and people who help, people who've got expertise in business and things like that, help these migrants and refugees settle into whatever business that suits their skill set from the countries that they came from.
Wow. Have you got any pickies at all?
No pickies.
Oh, okay.
Lots. I'll have lots of links in the show notes for anyone who's interested in seeing what they can do. But yeah, I think that's great that we're helping. We've got a small business like this that's helping new Australians. My other focus on a person today is a young girl by the name of Molly Steer. Back in 2017, she saw a doco called A Plastic Ocean, which is available on Apple TV to rent or buy if anyone is interested. A Plastic Ocean. So in that doco, it explains how plastic doesn't degrade or takes thousands of years to degrade, how it impacts nature, especially out in the oceans and even on land, of course. So she's a 9-year-old girl at the time who watched it, and she was so disgusted by what she saw that she thought she wanted to do something about it. And so she went to her school and asked the school to ban plastic straws. And
I think I know about this.
You may have seen this girl pop up on the Craig Castle show a few years ago.
Yes.
And so, so she got her school banning plastic straws. Schools around her own school heard of this and followed suit. So this is a small school in Cairns in far north Queensland. So so she started this little movement, and years later, probably 2 years ago, Queensland went plastic straw free. So we banned it here in this state.
Is that right? In the whole state, there's no plastic straws in Queensland at all.
It's all banned now. It has been for at least a year, maybe 2.
Wow.
Which is why Victoria, come on, catch up.
Oh no, there's many places you go now you can't get a plastic straw.
Yeah, but is it mandated? Is it law?
No, I don't think it is mandated.
Yeah,
it should be.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, it should be. Definitely should be. So Molly started the Straw No More organisation, where she gets straw ambassadors. So these are young, under 17-year-old ambassadors.
How old is Molly now?
She must be about 14. So she was 9 years old in 2017. So
it'd be great to get her on the show, but I don't know if we'll be able to at that sort of age. I don't know.
Not sure. So she got in. She won the Cairns Young Woman of the Year award in 2018 for her efforts in reducing the number of plastic straws. She was the youngest person.
She's extraordinary. She's extraordinary.
Oh, she is. She was the youngest person to be invited to speak at a TEDx talk in Cairns to talk about plastic straws and their impacts.
Can you make sure that we've got that TEDx talk on this in our show notes? Excellent. Excellent.
For sure.
Brilliant.
So yeah, two women, one young girl and a mature lady, who have done great things in this country. So that's my pick for this segment this week.
Well, yours are far better than mine, and absolutely fantastic as usual, my friend.
No worries.
They were absolutely brilliant. What I did want to say was that there was 2 new women that joined the Senate today.
Oh.
I believe at least one was First Nations. Just trying to see if I can find it quickly. Just see if I can get it quickly. I'm not finding it quickly, which is really annoying.
Do you know which parties?
Yes, I do. Green and Labor.
Green and Labor. Nice.
Yes.
So obviously they're still counting the Senate votes.
Yes, well, I was going to say that. I don't know if you saw. I mean, this is a little bit off the subject, and we're going to wind the show up. But it looks like Andrew Constance has asked for a recount on Gilmore.
Oh wow! All right, so that close.
Yes, because what's her name only won by 373 votes.
Ooh, wow,
So
that is very close.
If it's under 500, I think it's a recount.
Mm.
So yeah, it could go either way still. I mean, they'll still get a majority, but it'd be better to have 77 than 76. Although, to be honest with you, I actually wouldn't mind if they had 76, because then they'd have to probably call on the crossbench for a speaker, and I actually think that would be a really good idea.
Yeah, I think that would be great to have a non-major party speaker.
A non-party speaker. I think that'd be brilliant. Then absolutely, it couldn't be any sort of favoritism, etc. So I think that's.
Speaking of politics,
yes,
the Greens nominated or voted on their new deputy leader, being Marine Faruqi. So the first Muslim. She's a Muslim female, the first Muslim female deputy leader in this country. So
is that right?
So how great is that?
That's awesome. That's absolutely brilliant. In fact, that is so good that I will do this. Although, no, take too long. It's not going to happen. Okay. But that's all right. That is brilliant, though. That's absolutely fantastic. That's really good. And I'll tell you something else that's fantastic. Our show tonight, absolutely cracker of a program.
And congratulations to Vicky for putting in the correct answer to our question for the Good Edi cups.
Yes, absolutely. We'll make sure that those coffee cups are definitely winging their way to you. And anyone who is listening to the show tonight, and anyone who listens to the potty, do support Good Edi. It's a fantastic product. I'm sure you are going to love it.
Good Edi.
Yeah, my bad. Good Edi. He's right. He's right. I'm wrong. Good Edi. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you very much. And as I said, we'll make sure that gets out to Vicky. Next week, we will have, cross fingers, Maria Teflaga from Democracy Sausage fame. And we're hoping to talk about the upshot of the election, what it means for Australia going forwards, and sort of the hope that we all are looking for. And also, we'll probably have a little bit of a chat to her about the energy crisis as well, because she's pretty much got most of those bases covered. She knows it's going on. So with a bit of luck, she should be on the show next week. Now, she won't be on live, but we will have the show on live. So if you do join us live, you'll see the recorded live
interview. Yeah.
The blurt. Chat, as it were. Yes, the blurt that we have. So, Wencee, anything to say?
Talk to us on our socials, everyone. There's Twitter, there's email, there's Facebook, all in our show notes. Download the show. Hope you enjoyed the show. I know I did. It was great talking to Catherine and Aniyo. So yes,
must definitely thank Catherine and Aniyo from Good Edi. Thank you so much for your time. And again, we wish you all good luck with the products. You won't need luck. Everyone is loving what you're doing already. It's quite obvious. Internationally, it looks like it's going to kick off too, I'd say. So, yeah, it'd be great to have them on again in the future and see where they are. I'm sure they'll be quite a lot bigger than they are now. So do yourself a favour, as we like to say. Go out there, get yourself a Good Edi coffee cup.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Find a cafe. Find a cafe with it. Good night.
Yeah. We'll have all the links in the show notes to the cafes where you can go. Because they're in 5 states, I believe.
Yes.
So we should be able to find that.
Exactly.
Right.
So I was just reading a comment. So
yeah, go for it.
No, I was just saying, Vicky says, cheers, guys. Great show.
Yes.
Oh, hang on. Where's my camera?
We'll pop that in there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Vicky. Fantastic. All right. Good night, people.
All right.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Have a great week, Blurters. Bye.